fallen into my hands before. Here is why I am able and capable and ready to make these statements. When I was 7 years old, my mother had a gallbladder surgery that went wrong. They gave her hepatitis C blood. She developed hepatitis C. From the hepatitis C, she developed liver cirrhosis. From the liver cirrhosis, she developed liver cancer. When I was 12 years old, they told my mom she has a maximum of 6 months to live. It could be 2 years, but probably it's more close to 6 months. So learn to live with the pain and make the best out of the last 6 months you have to live. All 7 siblings of my mom had cancer. My grandmother died of cancer, my grandfather died of cancer, my father died of cancer, my stepfather died of cancer. And I can tell you that I have more knowledge about cancer and the effect of cancer on the loved ones of the cancer patient than anybody else on earth will ever have. Today, my mom is 75 years old and perfectly healthy. Two independent studies done came to the conclusion that I personally treated 35,000 cancer patients and have a cancer cure rate of 92.3%. The medical profession, so Dr. Simoncini, Tutor Simoncini, the great oncologist and cancer healer in Rome, Italy, has a cure rate of 2%. If you do nothing, there's a cure rate of 27%. So your chances to do absolutely nothing are much, much better to get to a recovery than falling into the hands of the medical profession. It's not the problem and not the fault of the medical doctor because it's the fault of the educational process. The problem really is that our doctors are not being taught to deal with healing or health. They study pathology, they study decay and death, and they do not have the tools to help us, even if they wanted to. Today I know far more than over 300 natural cures for cancer. Over 300 natural cures for cancer, with no side effects. But ladies and gentlemen, all of this will not help you. Of course, Oleander soup, of course, Leotrol, of course, everything else out there that is natural, that treats cancer, can get rid of the tumors. That will not cure you from your cancer because your cancer is not your tumor. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are diagnosed with cancer, be happy. Because you have the easiest illness to cure. In my personal experience with dealing with over 35,000 cancer patients, every cancer can be cured in 2 to 16 weeks. Every cancer, no exceptions. Some even faster. For example, if somebody has cervical cancer, you take baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, you mix it with distilled water, you flush the entire area, and in 3 minutes the cancer is gone. Wow, a miracle. Not a miracle, it's logical because cancer can only grow in an acidic, alkaline, in an acidic environment that's lacking oxygen. So you alkalize this, and Dr. Simoncini in his great book, Cancer is a Fungus, documented it in tens of thousands of times. But that is not really where I'm heading because that's all treating the symptoms. It doesn't matter if you get rid of your tumors. You still have the cancer, and it will come back weeks or months later with a vengeance. Because the absolute only cause for cancer is, or let me start to explain it first, 86% of all doctor visits and all illness statistically is related to stress. The Stanford University conducted a study and came to the conclusion that 95% of all illness is based on stress. The only cause of cancer, outside of course accidents, if you get radiated to death or you poison yourself with aspartame, etc. to death, the absolute only cause for cancer, is mental and emotional stress. Living in constant worries, doubts and fear, lack of self-love, lack of hope, lack of goals, lack of a future. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the true cause of cancer, because the only reason for living is personal growth and development. And if you don't develop in your own right, in your own personality, with your own personality traits, and you get off who you truly are, and you start making compromises against yourself, you're hanging on to the relationship that you know it's going to kill you, just because of what the relatives will say, or because of the children, or because of what the neighbors are going to say. I have had cancer patients, documented cancer patients, that had cancer stage 3 or 4, that recovered within days after they finally made the decision to let go of this bad, toxic relationship. Monday morning between 8 and 9 o'clock, that is when it happens that most people have a deadly heart attack. Because they're getting ready for a work week that they cannot handle any longer. They rather die than go to work. Your medical doctor statistically has the shortest lifespan of all professions. Their lifespan of 56 years of age. They have the highest suicide rate, and the highest rate of drug abuse, and the highest rate of alcohol abuse. So that's the guy you're going to ask how to be happy, healthy, and live long. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is something that's close to my heart. If you make a compromise against yourself, what you truly believe and truly stand for, you're going to die, and you're going to die young. But before I conclude this,